Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and September has been one crazy, power-packed, intriguing, and chaotic month. And apparently, I'm not the only one who thinks so. Some are actually calling it an apocalyptic September. Check out this report from the Economic Collapse blog put out by Michael Schneider, who, by the way, is running for Congress there in Idaho. I throw my support out to him 100%. I encourage everyone to support him over there. But the report is titled Apocalyptic September. Here's a list of 27 major disasters that have already happened so far this month. And he's talking just the month of September. Now I'm going to read the list that he has there on his site. You can go to the link below and check out all the information there because he came up with this list, but I agree 100% about it just being a crazy out of the normal event. But here's some of the things that he has listed on there. Here's all the fires, and I'm just going to list the different places of the fires. We have California, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia, Alberta, Montana, Nova Scotia, Greece, Brazil, Portugal, Algeria, Tunisia, Greenland, the Republic of Russia, and Siberia. That's just fire all across the globe. Then Texas is underwater. We know Houston area by Hurricane Harvey. India, Nepal, Pakistan, and Bangladesh have experienced record monsoon and massive death tolls. Sierra Leone and Nigeria experienced massive floods, mudslides, and deaths in the thousands. Sometimes we just focus on our catastrophic events or crisis going here in America that we fail to recognize some of those abroad. That's some of that information there. But Italy, France, Spain, Switzerland, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Bosnia, Croatia, and Siberia are crushed in the death grips of triple-digit heat waves, and they're calling it Lucifer of all things. Southern California continues to swelter under triple-digit heat that shows no sign of letting up. He goes on, it's usually chilly in August. The city of San Francisco shatters all-time records of 106. Well, just come on down to Phoenix. We'll let you know how that feels. While it reaches 115 south of the city, it gets that here too. Northern California continues to bake in the triple digits. Then he goes on, Yellowstone volcano is hit with an earthquake swarm of over 2,300 tremors since June, recording a 4.4 quake on June 15th, 2017 and a 3.3 on the 21st, the same day of the oh my gosh, I'm blanking. The total solar eclipse. There we go. A 5.3 earthquake rattles Idaho, and I've been touching on this one. It's not just a 5.3, but there was 3 4.5s there in Soda Springs, Idaho, and a lot more. They're over 100 some odd now. They're in the Idaho area, but lots of tremors about an hour away from Yellowstone there in Idaho. Japan earthquake 6.0, the Mexico earthquake, some devastation there, but an 8.2 imminent earthquake, 8.2 imminent tsunami, beach lines recede at least 50 plus meters. And then of course, Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma, Jose, and Katia are barreling around the Atlantic. 8 more potential forming. And by the time I put out this video, there could be more. And then finally, and I brought this up earlier, but we've had 2 solar flares headed towards Earth. But one, I believe, was an X10 CME, which is one of the more powerful ones, the highest recorded solar flare ever. Now, I want to add to that list of 27 one more, and that's tensions with North Korea. We can't forget those. He's firing off missiles, testing EMPs, and of course, he's a rat. So he's the type of person that would kick a country when they're down. So let's add that as part of the pile as on the list of 27 events that have happened thus far. All that to say, in a nutshell, that we're at some pretty unspoken territory. Some are calling this biblical times. The end times are upon us, which I believe it is all a part of end times. Others are saying, well, it's just the season we're in. And let me add this, and I haven't brought this up before. Yes, right now we're in called what's a solar minimum, even though we just had solar flares, but we're in a solar minimum. Under a solar minimum, which happens every 11 years, there is less solar spots on the sun, and you kind of get not a sleeping sun, but if you want to call it that, you can kind of call it that. But it happens every 11 years. And during that time, there is always an uptick in hurricanes and natural weather events due to the fact that the solar minimum, that's just the way it is. I guess it causes more of an uptick in intensity, more of an uptick in the amount of storms and things that are produced. Ergo, we have some too powerful storms, more on the way, added on to that. And that is part of a normal cycle. However, I do attribute a lot of that to biblical prophecy as well, especially if the pattern continues in intensity, continues in the amount of numbers. Obviously, as a Christian, I do believe that we are living in the latter days, if you will, but it could be years, it could be hundreds of years, it could be who knows how long. God only knows. Nobody knows the day or the hour of anything. But it is interesting to note that that is the cycle we are in right now. And I want to add to that, that people take advantage of knowing these scientific cycles, okay, right? So here we are, an 11-year cycle, solar minimum. Well, when did Al Gore release his Agenda 21 movie? Right before the cycle. Was that on purpose? Absolutely. He's a kook. That's what he does. He takes advantage and they prey on the American people. That's why channels like mine thrive. And because we're bringing you the truth, we're telling you how it really is. So he pulls out his Agenda 21 movie, and during this, right before this 11-year cycle, in order to manipulate the masses into believing that there is such a thing as global warming, global cooling, and the like. And of course, you have those on the far left attributing Hurricane Harvey and Irma all to this Agenda 21 nonsense, and that's just not the case. All to global warming, and it's just nonsense. Like I said in the beginning, it is part of a cycle. And again, I also believe it's part of biblical prophecy as a Christian. Anyhow, I wanted to bring all that to you and get your comments. What do you think about September? What the heck is going on? I'd love to hear it. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.
Feeling concerned about your current or upcoming retirement? Have you been working hard all of your life, yet still feel stressed about your financial future? Retirement accounts, return on savings and CDs offer insufficient assurance. Noble Gold is here to ease your worries. Protect your money and savings by buying gold.